This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Clashes at Gordon's Market. NMSA holds regional consultations. And PM acknowledges Japanese support. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. Port Moresby is grappling with grief following the tragic death of 18-year-old Jessica Enoch, who was fatally stabbed in broad daylight on October 12, 2024. The incident occurred at Tabari Place bus stop as Jessica was walking to catch a bus after being dropped off at Baroko.
Jessica, a grade 10 student at Doliba Provincial High School in Simbu Province, had recently moved to the city to pursue education. Her father, Enoch, expressed his devastation, calling for swift justice for his daughter.
Retaliate. The person will retaliate and person will tumbuna before place number also working, but now you Mr. City, Mr. Blah blah. Put your picnic school, more workmen married or ground pre-walking walk. You Mr. Second person so. Person will retaliate, me talk no word. All family may stop sorry. Now may seeking justice by take place. Now make sure that this a culprit must apprehend him go to police. This is the main concern of my all family. So late Jessica.
Jessica's grandfather, Lucas Moore, highlighted the need for increased police presence in the area, stressing that the community deserves better protection. He believes that securing justice for Jessica will help restore faith among women facing similar threats.
Mila ko samla bigla singaut. Mila singautim. Plan bli milan CDC. Plan bli milong Metropolitan Police. Plan ula organization. The program you talk take back Morocco, Presentia, accident come up here. Now you engage in more line is tabla habia. Where are they? When really move me, they laugh. We want justice for Jessica. Help me, blah. NCDC, help me, blah. Morocco Police, help me, blah. Constabulary, help me, blah.
Her uncle Bona Kagoba echoed these sentiments, condemning the violence and advocating for a safer environment for all women and girls in the city.
All man stabla too. Polino respond lo, Arab lo, help him study like Marine, Emlus lo, handlon lo family, all strangers carry him gonna. Adarabo lemlusim like. Also, so me believe lo silent majority out there, all mamana, all young people Mary, all same with him. But now me call him out lo, justice lo, responsible authority, NCD, now the police department Boroko lo, help me blah lo. Justice for late Jessica.
In response, Assistant Commissioner of Police Peter Guinness told the media that the suspects are identified and will be apprehended.
Yes, young Plamaria, what suspect in this haven, sorry true that this has happened. Also, it's not safe for young ladies especially and the vulnerable to be seen on themselves by themselves on PMV buses and suspects are known. These are local loiters that hang around Boroko. So they are known. It's a matter of one time by people picking up. So I am appealing to the community to come forward and give him a location load so police can go and pick them up, arrest them and charge them.
Jessica's funeral service will take place tomorrow at Dove Funeral Home, followed by a burial in Simbu on Sunday. The family hopes this tragedy will spark change and greater safety for the community. Louis Maingo, National EMTV News.
A violent altercation at Gordon's vicinity this morning has resulted in significant damages to several public motor vehicles operating on Route 16. Eyewitnesses reported that a group of bystanders threw stones, shattering windshields and causing extensive damages.
PMV owners and operators have voiced serious concerns about the financial repercussions of the incident, urging NCD Governor Paul Sparkup to take immediate action.
Now only come all the broom, all get the glass long, all get the car long. This is morning time. So me think one meeting me and say me, you know I'm ready to get it man. But me want a plus man, but me try best from me head long operating bus and the city long saving more people belong NCDC. I think meeting me give him good plus service to NCDC, but I think NCDC governor and NCDC almost looks out on me long. All bus operators long NCDC.
They are demanding the establishment of a designated bus station to ensure the safety and viability of their business operations.
Me ask him, NCDC law looks out this law. Now Hamas lo bus only brook na stable. Glass and ogara glass and brook. You know one black glass brook. So how this law man by go back now all by help him only at fix him all bus. And all some law nubla bus now you look him. This la bus 16 nubla bus. Triple ogara. 4 program loan sablong and now all making sure. And NCDC must look out at this plan.
The operators have announced plans to strike for 2 weeks starting next Monday unless a dialogue is established to address their grievances.
Now starting today, if governor come to one Bagula point, all get up bus service and by all strike. So you must immediately come now please. Starting Monday but we strike so. Governor, please, you must at least come to a good point. And we bus on us. Now this all bus you can look at more loan buses.
This decision is expected to significantly impact the travelling public, particularly students like those from the Northeast electorate.
I'm not going to go to the student. I'm not going to go to school. Come begin, but now I'm going to struggle to go to bus. So now I'm going to stop.
Which Mila talk again was next week too. I'm graded by the exam, national exam. So I'm affecting me by grade 2. All buses stop, helping me or come to school. So, mean like him NCD to looks available me grade because next week I'm going to make exam.
Adding on, another PMV operator highlighted necessity of addressing the presence of individuals using the Gordon's Market area as accommodation, suggesting that this contributes to the rise in criminal behavior. Louis Maingo, National MTV News.
Today is the second day of the National Maritime Safety Authority's public consultative workshop in Port Moresby. This is the final leg of the regional consultations that started last month in Bougainville, Kokopo, Lae, Medang and Alotau.
The consultation workshop is aimed towards the legislative framework for maritime search and rescue, a piece of legislation required of Papua New Guinea as a contracting state with the International Convention on Maritime Search and Rescue 1979.
As the contracting state, PNG is required in one of the chapters, especially Chapter 2, requires for us to have a legal framework to be put in place for us to coordinate or conduct search and rescue operations within the maritime domain in a more coordinated and holistic approach. And then that is why we are having this workshop, basically for us to seek external stakeholders' views on the proposed Maritime Search and Rescue Bill.
Principal Legal Officer Trevor Potora further highlights.
So NMSA has embarked on reviewing the legislations, and the search and rescue is one area where we do not have legislations.
Senior Legal Officer Ms. Andrea Yaninen highlights what areas the legal reform aims to cover.
The aim of the search and rescue legal reform is to guide coordination and administration of maritime search and rescue operations in and along PNG's maritime borders. Further, it establishes the rules of operations and divisions of responsibility in carrying out search and rescue operations to promote safety of lives at sea.
Further noting that although this is the last workshop carried out, consultations on this will continue till the 29th of November this year. Ms. Yaninen made this appeal.
So if our audience, if you're interested to provide your comments on the proposed bill, you can go onto the NMSA website, the National Maritime Safety Authority website, and you can download this proposed bill, which is saved under conventions and legislation, so you can have an opportunity to review what we have put out for public comments and respond.
Natasha Ovoy, National MTV News.
while noting that the National Maritime Safety Authority works with stakeholders nationally to ensure safety at sea. The manager for search and rescue with PNG Maritime Coordination Center, Desmond Kompiang, highlighted that they also liaise with neighboring states.
We have neighboring states like Australia towards the south, Solomon Islands towards east, Nauru northeast, and up in the north we have USA, JRCC Honolulu, and also towards west we have Indonesian Search and Rescue Agency, Basarnas. So we've been conducting, coordinating search and rescue operations in with the assistance of these search and rescue partners regionally.
In a media statement today, Assistant Commissioner of Police Peter Guinness, the acting commander for the National Capital District and Central Province, urged the government to reassess and amend the Vagrancy Act to enhance law enforcement capabilities.
The call for action follows a violent altercation in 8 Mile that erupted on October 14. The incident began when local residents apprehended a man from Marawaka who was allegedly stealing from a home, with reports indicating he had also targeted a church and other residences. After being seriously injured during his capture, the suspect was taken to 6 Mile Hospital for treatment but managed to escape. Returning to 8 Mile, his wounds prompted retaliation from his tribe, leading to a violent clash. Around 8:44 a.m. on Wednesday, a lone police officer responded to the scene in an attempt to de-escalate the situation. Despite his efforts, the armed assailants, wielding bows, arrows, and bush knives, ignored his comments. Tragically, during the chaos, a man from Marawaka was killed by individuals defending their property. Backup police units quickly arrived.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina. Loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom. More bundles. Top up now.
They wanted them by me plantation house.
Making Dinaman House belong Winning House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy 1 the 10 kg roots rice, hiding ticket inside your bag, enter him all details tulong you na drop or participating store close tulong you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
At Telecom, households will enjoy better connections and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
The stories about Papua New Guinea we hear are very much rooted in old stereotypes, and I thought I wanted to tell a more contemporary story of the island. Yeah, we wanted to make a world record, the world's first circumnavigation of New Guinea Island in a traditional sailing canoe.
That's on Monday night. You're watching National EMTV News. Acknowledging Japan and Papua New Guinea's 50 years of bilateral relations, Prime Minister James Marape revealed that Japan has contributed over 6 billion kina worth of help to PNG with no underlying obligations. He said this at the 50th anniversary celebration of Japan's official development assistance to PNG in Port Moresby.
The Japan and Papua New Guinea bilateral relations were forged in 1994. Since then, Japan has been significantly contributing to Papua New Guinea's development.
With regard to financial cooperation, Japan has so far provided PNG with ODA loans of 130 billion Japanese yen and grants of 50 billion Japanese yen, developing airports, bridges, and other important infrastructures.
Prime Minister James Marape said Papua New Guinea will continue to be the hub supplying Japan with fish producers.
Your Prime Minister Kishida asked me to continue supplying energy. We look forward to supplying energy to you, and we look forward to inviting Japanese business to take residence in our special economic zones as we together break great from where we are today.
Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of Japan to Papua New Guinea, His Excellency Watanabe Nobuyuki, noted that trade between the two countries has always been strong, with Japan being one of Papua New Guinea's top 3 trading partners.
Japan and Papua New Guinea development each other in terms of PNG's abundant natural resources, natural environment, dynamic human resources, and Japan's accumulated technology and experience.
He said Japan looks forward to further strengthening ties with Papua New Guinea. Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
To support the nation's fight against cancer and raise awareness of breast cancer, the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary's Human Resources Division hosted a fundraising drive today.
Acting ACP HR Division Stephen Francis expressed his pleasure in RPNGC's participation in hosting such a community outreach event.
And for the RPNGC, we are proud and happy to be part of a community outreach in supporting our mothers, sisters, in terms of the awareness and contribution towards this event.
The fundraising attracted members of the Boroko community, business houses and corporate organizations that came to demonstrate their solidarity for fight against cancer through donating cash.
And she closed the curtains.
By 1 p.m., the fundraising event had raised over 53,000 kina.
As part of the October month, the HR division takes the lead in organizing as part of the RPNGC personnel in supporting this good cause.
These funds raised will be given to PNG Cancer Foundation to help continue its fight against cancer in the country. Representing PNG Cancer Foundation, Jack Itaro said the fundraising means a lot to the foundation.
As a foundation, we need support from the public and corporate organizations to carry the good work that we do in the community and in our country.
Gladys Gila, National EMTV News.
New Ireland secondary and various TVET schools in the province received beds to their schools to accommodate boarding students at their institutions.
30,000 beds were given to schools throughout New Ireland province by Protocol Investment Limited. Social sector CEO Benson Apelis commended Ruby Kerepa for the donation her company had made.
But this is a really a big moral booster for the education by Miss Ruby Kerepa of the Protocol Group of Companies.
The beds will be distributed according to the number of boarding students per school, and the remaining beds will be allocated to staff houses. Apelis said having good beds in the dormitories has always been a challenge for the schools, and this timely donation will ease off the burden and provide a conducive environment for boarding students. Claire Mauta, National EMTV News.
Prime Minister James Marape said the government is supporting clean energy initiatives to create a sustainable energy landscape beneficial to all.
In a statement, PM Marape said Papua New Guinea recognizes the harmful effects of coal and other heavy carbon-filled fossil fuels on the environment, as well as the need to transition away from these heavy fossil fuels. During the opening of the Petroleum and Energy Conference, he said there is a global call to shift to clean energy. Papua New Guinea must be among the leaders carving this new path. He said whilst LNG remains the better option, cleaner transitional energy choice, PNG also offers its vast potential in generating clean energy from hydro, thermal and solar sources. PM said PNG is a carbon-negative country and its forests have over 100 million metric tons of carbon absorption capacity. Its own carbon footprint remains under 10 million metric tons. He also added that PNG will be on the lookout for investors who want to participate in cleaner energy solutions, and the government offers incentives and protection to the investors so the investment will be protected. Louis Maingu, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the NESFund market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2541 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2466 US, $0.3651 Australian dollars, $0.2201 euro, 36.72 Japanese yen. Looking at the commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading higher, coffee closed lower, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed unchanged, crude oil is trading higher, copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
It's all part of our ongoing billion kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
They one time by me plantation house.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true. Whittam House want a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy one the 10 kg roots rice, pad him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details long you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy now. Terms and conditions apply.
It's Oktoberfest at Theodist. Everyday low price. Everything you buy comes with 1-year warranty. And guess what? We have discounted prices with our printers, monitors, and laptops at POM, Lay, and Hagen. Check the retail shops for more details. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity. Terms and conditions apply. Theodist, proudly serving you for over 50 years.
I want to tell a contemporary story of the island in collaboration with 3 Papua New Guinean sailors.
Other people here tell me that the wind is too strong for sailing.
To us is this one. Don't worry about internet.
We want to uplift our province and our country.
The conditions have been unforgiving. The men crossing over into Indonesian waters in the middle of the monsoon season.
We're gonna get sick and die.
Our canoe is already breaking down.
You're watching National MTV News. Moving to overseas news, former pilot Greg Lynn is due to be sentenced over the murder of Victorian Carol Clay. Earlier this year, the 57-year-old was found guilty of murdering Miss Clay in the state's High County.
It's a big day for everyone who's been following this high-profile case. Former Jetstar pilot Greg Lynn will be sentenced for the murder of elderly camper Carol Clay. It's a day Lynn would have been dreading for the past 4.5 years, and also for the loved ones of Clay and her companion Russell Hill. We will learn if today's sentencing brings any sense of closure. Lynn was convicted of the murder of Clay, but in one of many unexpected twists in this case, a jury acquitted him of murdering Russell Hill. Now, Lynn maintains that both of them were actually killed by accident. We also learned during the trial that he tried to cover his tracks by dumping the bodies of the retired campers in bushland and then burning them to the point that there were just bone fragments left. Police later found the remains about 2 years later. Now, all of this will be considered by Justice Michael Croucher, who will be announcing how much time Lynn will spend in jail for the murder. Lynn says he's innocent and will be appealing.
King Charles and Queen Camilla arrived in Sydney in their first visit to Australia since taking the throne. The visit coincides with the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, which is being held at the Samoan capital.
This is significant for a number of reasons. It's not just the first visit to Australia by Charles as king. It's his first visit to any overseas realm since he came to the throne in September 2022. So the fact that he's coming to Australia ahead of the visit to Samoa is, I think, pretty important. It's our first royal visit since 2011, so that's 13 years ago. But it's also, of course, the first visit by a reigning monarch coming to Australia having faced a cancer diagnosis. So all of these reasons make this pretty important. I think Australians have different views on royal tours, but I think for many Australians, particularly in rural areas and areas where the monarchs have visited in previous royal visits, there is sadness that the King and Queen are only visiting the ACT in New South Wales. However, I think that the cancer diagnosis has perhaps made Charles seem more human to many people, and it may do some good in helping to promote awareness of cancer, and of course the wonderful research that, for example, our Australians of the Year have done in promoting cancer research.
Thousands of South Australians are without power after severe weather swept through the state.
The Weather Bureau had issued a severe thunderstorm warning for destructive winds, large hailstones and heavy rain across several regional areas. We know there were more than 130,000 lightning strikes across the state yesterday, and some areas in the mid-north recorded more than 40 millimetres of rain, including in Snowtown. There was also some extremely windy conditions. Gusts of more than 130 kilometres per hour were recorded at Port Pirie and the Roxby Downs area, and we've seen some pretty intense vision of dust storms in those far north regions, which were caused by those destructive winds. Now, BHP says that its Olympic Dam mine is currently using backup generation after transmission lines were damaged in the Roxby Downs area, and authorities say there's been more than 100 calls for assistance for fences and roofs which have blown away, as well as dozens of fallen trees. And so far this weather has been really widespread. Yesterday we saw that several transmission towers had been crumpled after a major storm hit Broken Hill, and that left that entire surrounding region without power. Yesterday there were as many as 20,000 properties across South Australia which were without power. The Country Fire Service gave an update on the situation on News Breakfast this morning. Let's take a listen.
I know there are still a number of residents without power, and it will be for potentially a couple of days while they restore some of the high voltage infrastructure that's been damaged. The wind's definitely dropped off today, calmer conditions, which is going to give both our crews and residents the opportunity to finalise some of those call-outs and provide that final level of assistance as required.
Now, the Bureau says the immediate threat of storms has passed and it's cancelled that severe thunderstorm warning, but it says it'll continue to monitor the situation. As it was just mentioned there, it is a much calmer day across South Australia, and a cool change has swept through the state with the last rain bands just leaving now. But this wild weather is expected to travel east with warnings and storms now in place for parts of New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania.
Thousands of North Korean troops are reportedly being trained in Russia to help Moscow's invasion of Ukraine.
It's long been known North Korea is supplying Russia with ammunition, artillery shells to help fuel its invasion of Ukraine. But now, 4 months since the two nations entered a new military alliance, it now seems North Korea is also supplying thousands of troops. During a meeting with Nordic leaders, Ukraine's foreign minister confirmed media reports.
We are talking about regular units of the armed forces of North Korea, which are going to participate on the side of Russia in its armed aggression against Ukraine.
Pyongyang showing no interest in cooperating with the West anymore. Just this week it broadcast thousands of students signing up for the army as it continues to talk of war. And it blew up roads that connected it with South Korea, symbols of cooperation now in ruin. South Korea is accustomed to North Korean threats, and a key source of security is its alliance with the United States. But what would this alliance look like after the US election?
If Vice President Harris becomes president, she might want to try to negotiate with North Korea, but the North Koreans have rejected all these overtures, and they've been claiming that the only way for them to come back is to be recognized as a nuclear power state and for all sanctions to be relieved, which is not going to happen.
A key concern is Donald Trump. After failing to get North Korea to give up its nuclear ambitions when he was last president, he now boasts of his relationship with North Korea leader Kim Jong-un.
When we get back, I get along with him. He'd like to see me back too. I think he misses me, if you want to know the truth.
There's also the fear that Trump is going to think to himself that North Korea is an issue that he left unfinished. Now, if he does, the fear is, will South Korea be part of the negotiations, or will it be sidelined?
He also demanded South Korea pay much more for the US troops stationed there, something he's continued to argue.
It's time we stop. They're a money machine.
Whenever he made these demands, the perception was that it's no longer an alliance, but rather a protection racket.
South Korea and other allies are required for the interests of the United States. Whatever the outcome, I'm hoping that the alliances will be much more appreciated.
South Korea is in a pretty hostile neighbourhood with North Korea, Russia and China just next door. So there's a lot riding on how Seoul can manage its relationship with whoever next enters the White House.
Yahya Sinwar, the Hamas leader and the man Israel says masterminded the October 7th terrorist attacks, has been killed in an IDF attack in Gaza. His death was hailed as a major milestone for Israel.
Israel's Foreign Minister, Israel Katz, confirmed he had been identified among 3 Hamas fighters killed on Thursday, local time. Israeli officials say they conducted dental and DNA tests to check whether the body retrieved from a building in Gaza was that of Sinwar. The Israeli military has released photographs of the body where they say he was killed. It appears he was gunned down in a chance encounter with an Israeli unit. Sinwar's body has now been taken from Gaza to Israel with a significant police presence outside the National Centre of Forensic Medicine in Tel Aviv, where his remains are being further examined. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Sinwar's death offered the chance of peace in the Middle East. But he also warned the war in Gaza was not over and Israel's offensive would continue until hostages taken in the October 7th attacks were returned.
I'm standing before you today to inform you that Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar has been eliminated. The person who committed the most terrible massacre in the history of our nation since the Holocaust, the mass murderer who murdered thousands of Israelis and kidnapped hundreds of our citizens, was eliminated today by our heroic soldiers. And today, as we promised to do, we settled the account with him. Today, evil has suffered a heavy blow, but the task before us is not yet complete. To the dear families of the hostages, I say, this is an important moment in the war. We will continue with all our strength until the return home of all your loved ones, who are our loved ones. This is our highest commitment. This is my highest commitment. And to the residents of Gaza, I say, Sinwar ruined your life. He told you he was a lion, but in reality, he was hiding in a dark den, and he was killed when he fled in a panic from our soldiers. His elimination is an important landmark in the decline of the evil rule of Hamas. Hamas will no longer rule Gaza. This is the beginning of the day after Hamas, and this is an opportunity for you, the residents of Gaza, to finally break free from its tyranny.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods. You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Life is filled with unexpected twists and turns. But as a public servant, your healthcare, life insurance, and family security matters most. Introducing the Public Service New Care Association, PSNA. Your life's partner in healthcare, life insurance, and guaranteed financial security. With PSNA, you receive quality healthcare services and immediate payment coverage using our smart card. Our care goes beyond financial assistance towards funeral expenses. Join the Public Service New Care Association today and experience the benefits that matter most. We are here for you today and tomorrow. PSNA, your partner in health and future security.
The IPI Group is PNG's most innovative, dynamic and diverse logistics company, totally focused on delivering outstanding service. Our diversified divisions span from major warehousing, bulk fuel and road transport to large-scale commercial catering. The IPI group of companies will be your partner, supplying tailor-made logistics solutions.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
Come with us as we show you how to grow vanilla. In this episode, we take a look at vanilla block preparation, looping and maintenance, the drying process, bean grading, sun drying, vanilla products, and storing beans.
7:30 p.m. Sunday, right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Rabbitohs winger and Kumul's international Alex Johnston flew into Papua New Guinea this week to Lae, Morobe province.
Johnston is in the province for a 6-day visit as part of his role as the brand ambassador for the Power Energy drink. In a press conference held, he gave an insight on his recent leg injury.
It's going good. Apparently I'm ahead of schedule. I started walking in a shoe for the first time. It's a very long process. It's about a 9-month injury. So being 3 months in, there's still a long way to go, but I'm very confident I'm going to come back.
Johnston spoke on the upcoming Pacific Bowl Championships.
For me, it's disappointing not being able to play and represent PNG and play for the Kumals. I look forward to this time every year, put on that jersey, and it's a shame, obviously, going to Fiji this year. It's something I miss out on, but JD, the new coach there, I'm fond with him. He's my coach of the Rabbitohs, and he ensures we the boys are training well, and he's very excited to. He's very excited to to see how they go, and I think.
Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
The president of Kokopo City Rugby League, Nicole Kamara, has described this year's season as a family united in their efforts. Kamara described this during the final season at the Robal Gele Gele Sports Association Stadium in East New Britain Province last weekend.
With the successful completion of this year's season, Kamara noted that everyone is now looking forward to make 2025 season even better. She said the teams will continue their training, moving focus from the field to learning in classrooms about reffing and game statistics to prepare for next year. The 2024 rugby season ended in October 12 with the Hotel Kokopo Rabal Panthers scooping the championship, while the Kokopo brothers came in second and took the minor premiership. In the under-20 divisions, the Kokopo brothers won, with the Hotel Kokopo Rabal Panthers finishing as runner-ups. Kamara expressed that the celebrations were not just about sports achievements, but also the sense of community and teamwork. She said, moreover, everyone was excited for what 2025 will bring, aiming for more success and stronger bonds in the rugby league family. The teams that had competed in this season includes Hotel Kokopo Rabal Panthers, Kokopo Brothers, KBC Knights, TN Lions, and Press On Warriors. Lauren Jimal, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Hilton Port Moresby Hotel and Residence. Your stay, your house, your home.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections. Communities will get faster speeds and wider coverage. And business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. Plus, everyone will benefit from onshore storage that brings browsing home. It's all part of our ongoing billion-kina nationwide investment. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
The stories about Papua New Guinea we hear are very much rooted in old stereotypes, and I thought I wanted to tell a more contemporary story of the island. Yeah, we wanted to make a world record, the world's first circumnavigation of New Guinea Island in a traditional sailing canoe.
That's on Monday night.
They wanted time by me plantation house.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true.
Winning House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy him 1 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy him now. Terms and conditions apply.
You're watching Trukai Sports. Moving to overseas sports, Greater Western Sydney say allegations of player misbehavior at the end of the season events are distressing.
The club has also hit out at what they say is misinformation and rumour being circulated about the event. The AFL and the Giants have not confirmed what prompted the investigation or what action the league may take. GWS say the allegations are contrary to the club's values and policies and are cooperating with the AFL to ensure the allegations are fully investigated.
Australia has claimed a couple of medals at the Track Cycling World Championships in Denmark.
The Aussie men were up against the Netherlands in the final of the team sprint. They claimed silver, just 0.4 of a second behind the Dutch. It was an improvement on their performance at the Olympics where they finished third. The Australian women won bronze also in the team sprint. They finished 1.5 seconds behind Great Britain, who claimed gold.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
They wanted time by me plantation house.
Making Dinaman House belong family belong you come true.
Winning House wants a roots rise. 4 houses, 4 winners nationwide. Buy him 1 10 kg roots rice, find him ticket inside your bag, enter him all details belong you, na drop him inside long entry box long or participating store close to long you. So buy him now. Terms and conditions apply.
At Telecom, we're boosting our network. Households will enjoy better connections, and business will profit from new towers and a more secure network. It feels good to be building a faster, stronger network for PNG.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
For generations, our families have enjoyed the fresh taste of Besta from our very own waters. Healthy, tasty, and made by our people for our people. Besta continues to be the pride of PNG because we make sure that all the goodness from our oceans remains in our hands. Besta, PNG's premier household brand.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net, off-net talk and text. More time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Come with us as we show you how to grow vanilla. We take a look at vanilla block preparation, looping and maintenance, grading, sun drying, vanilla products, and storing beans.
7:30 p.m. Sunday, right here on your number one to watch MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds.
Some afternoon rain showers, Medang partly cloudy with possible evening showers and drizzles, Wewak becoming cloudy with rain periods at times, Vanimo partly sunny with possible few evening showers and possible thunderstorms. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms, KVN cloudy with rain periods and possible thunderstorms, Kokopon Robaul cloudy with few rain showers and possible thunderstorms, Kimbe brief rain showers and possible thunderstorms, Buka afternoon rain showers and possible thunderstorms. To the Highlands region, Mount Haggett City, periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorms, Goroka Banz and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with evening rain showers and possible thunderstorms, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, afternoon periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Looking at the small ships forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerama to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samarai Islands sees 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands sees 0.1 to 2 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huron Gulf to Finchafen sees 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Finchafen through Viti Strait to Siasi Long Island sees 2 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Medan to Wewak to Vanuatu and northern PNG Indonesian border sees 0.5 to 1.3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands sees 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of New Ireland to East New Britain to Bougainville sees 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of West New Britain sees 1 to 2 meters. Looking at the ocean forecasts, Coral Seas sees moderate to patches rough, southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Solomon Seas sees slight to moderate, southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Seas sees smooth, south to southeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean sees slight, southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday the 18th of October 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
It's Smile O'Clock. It's Smile O'Clock.